Hi everyone, it's me, Jen, the Backcountry Stitcher, and I'm here to talk about cross stitch. So thank you so much for being with me today. I have a decent amount, I think, to share. I have 5 whips. That sounds right. 5 whips. I have a couple of FFOs sort of to share with you. I don't have them here because they were gifts, but I will share some photos, and I have a little bit of haul, including one very special piece that I will share with you guys. And yeah, so it's a little bit of a mess today, I feel like, because I wasn't sure if I was going to film, but I ended up having some time to myself in the house. So I said, okay, this will be a good time to film because I don't think I'll get to film for another couple of weeks. So let's jump into it. So we'll start with my FFOs, I think would probably be the best place to start. And pardon me, I do not have them in person. So what I'll be doing is I'll be inserting pictures. So if you've watched my last couple of videos or even the last one, you may know I do birth samplers for friends of mine. And I've had two, I had 2 that just had babies. I have another one, another friend that's coming, having a baby coming in March that I have to work on. But I finally was able to get the pieces to their respective receivers, and they loved them, so I can share them now. So these are both designs by an Etsy designer known as Happiness on Etsy. She is fantastic. Her designs are compatible with Pattern Keeper, which is really nice. And if they're not, she will get you a Pattern Keeper version. She's kind of going through and updating everything. So she's been really great to work with. So the first one was I don't have the mock-up, so I'll just insert it. So the first one was hedgehogs, and this was for another veterinary dentist actually that I work with. She's helped me out quite a bit when I have been out of town, and she just had the cutest, most darling little baby back at the end of November. And the piece, I'm just so happy with how it came out. It is so cute, and I love the colors and the lettering and everything. It just was adorable, and she loved it. I framed it myself. I laced it, I pinned it, and then I laced it, but I took the pins out because they didn't go all the way into the not foam board, mat board that I used. So I just pinned it to hold it in place and then laced it. I had to actually redo it because it was the picture I have, it's a little wonky. I did fix that and it came out really nice. So really happy with that one. The next one is also by Happiness, and this one, honestly, I can't remember the name, so I'll insert it, but this was for my cousins who just had a baby, and he is absolutely adorable too. My husband helped pick out this pattern. He wanted to do mountains with it for the baby because this is one of the cousins we ski with quite a bit, and we wanted to have him have something of the mountains of Utah from us. So that came out really cute too. I did also do the same method of lacing this. The frame that I got, the back part did not want to fit in once I put the fabric piece in. So I had to actually I got it somewhat to fit, but I couldn't secure it. So I actually added my own little latches on the back. I have those to just screw in because it just didn't quite sandwich in really well. So but I think it came out really cute. They also were really happy with it, and yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how those came out. I really enjoy doing birth samplers for people because I think that they're really meaningful gifts, and these ones actually didn't really take too long to do. They were pretty quick. Really easy patterns and just very simple but very adorable. So okay, so those are my 2 FFOs. I think we'll jump into the whips because I don't have any finishes. So I'll start with my new start. So the way I'm doing this year is I'm trying to increase my whip count. So I am basically picking a new project to start every month. And this was kind of sort of my new start that I picked last video for January. So when I have a list of projects that I'm going to start this year. And I picked number 11, which was Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. However, as soon as I picked that, Long Dog Samplers came out with their new 2024 release, which is Act of God. And yeah, I saw it and I was just like, this is what I have to stitch. So I did switch out Pandemic for Act of God. This is what it looks like on the mock, or this is not the mock-up, sorry, this is from the PDF. So that is Act of God. And I really just, I love this piece. I love these horses right here. There's like whales and a kraken and some like prawns up there, if you can see those. So I started that one. And this one I am doing on 28 count Jobelan in a color that I don't remember. So we'll just call it, it's like a mocha or something. And I'm doing this in the same color I was doing the pointed fifth in, which has been, for those that are wondering, the pointed fifth has been officially UFO'd. I cannot fix it easily, so it is no longer, so I'm doing this is on 28 count, like I said, 28 count Jobelan, and it's 1/1 full cross in the color 154. So I'm really digging the dark 154 on the kind of brownish color. It's coming up a little bit more woody than it is in person, if that makes any sense. I don't know. So I'm about, how far am I? I put in just under 2,200 stitches to bring me to 3.16%. So yeah, it's, the whole thing is 69,371 stitches. And this is a pretty stitch heavy portion of it. There's some areas that are a little bit less stitch heavy, but yeah, it's coming out really nice. And I am doing this page by page, so that's why it's like cut off. Here, it's just way more easier for me to mentally digest these long dogs doing it page by page. So that is the start of Act of God, and I love it. I had a lot of trouble putting this down. I really enjoy stitching these 1/1 on the 28 count. I don't know that I could do a full coverage like that. I might be able to do a full coverage like 2/110 stitch on 28 count, but it would be a little bit difficult for me to do a full coverage like Haid piece on that, which I know a lot of people do. But for these long dogs, for these samplers, I really enjoy this way of doing it. So that is Act of God. And hopefully I will get to keep picking this up, but with the amount of pieces I'm going to be starting this year, I don't know how many, like how much attention things are going to be getting. So I want to make sure I take photos of these, so I'll just still put them back. Okay, so the next one is, this one is actually, oh, did I? This is the one I always forget to take out of the hoop. And I have a hanging thread for some reason, which is not good because I don't actually know where the needle is. Okay. This is the Reindeer by Cottage Garden Samplings from their Year in the Woods collection. Now, and this is what it'll look like. Oh, this pattern is getting rough. So that's what it'll look like when it is done. Beautiful. Yeah, this, thankfully I'm done with the top half of this pattern, so if it comes apart, I'll be okay. So this one was like just a travel piece, but I really have not been flying much this so far this year. So I was like, I should really put some stitches in this. So I brought it with me to our my stitchy meetup with my friends that we do, and got some work done. It is super wrinkly. I am so sorry about that, but here we are. Oh, that is really wrinkly. I'm sorry. So the deer has been finished, I think, in the past. But I did finish the lodge that's behind it. I finished the trees, and then this big snowflake right here. And now I'm working on the I don't know what this is. It's some kind of plant. I don't know. It's really annoying though. These little 4 crosses here and down here are, yeah, they're a lot. I'm not the biggest fan of doing them. I think they look adorable, and I love the look of them, but I don't like actually doing them, especially when they're like out like in the middle of nowhere, like up here. So I have to finish this plant, and then there's like snow underneath it. So I'll finish that, and then I have just a few more of these like little snowflakes here, kind of around and down under here that I need to do, and then it'll be done. And then all of my winter pieces for this series will be done. So my plan, I've mentioned before in the past, is to make these into pillows for the guest room to switch out seasonally. And so once I have this one done, I'll be able to like pick out the back fabric and everything for making pillows for the winters. Once I have the swans and the fox done, and I love it. This is being stitched on 32 count linen by Picture This Plus in the color Storm. I picked out this when I did the fox for the first time, and it was before I really knew about like even weave and like different brands of linen. I don't know that I would pick this again. It's just not my favorite to work with. I've worked on some Picture This Plus linen. It's not my favorite, just personally speaking. I know a lot of people like it, but I'm not sure I would pick this again. I do love the color of it, which is, it's kind of a little darker on the, oh, there we go. That's more true to color when it's really far back. So yeah, that's better. But yeah, and the other thing too is like these white things, this is, I use the called for threads, and this is chalk by, it's like Simply Shaker, I don't know. It's the, what is it? Yeah, Gentle Art, Simply Shaker, sampler threads in the color chalk. I don't know what it is about it, but it does not work for me. So I think that's another problem with it. So as much as I love this piece, I will be very happy when it's done. So that is the reindeer. And I really need to start taking that out of the hoop before I put it back in. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't do that for that piece. All right, this next one is Ackworth Quaker. I'm going to pull up the mock-up of this. This is by Vivian Powers. I want to say Vivian Powers, but now I'm like doubting myself. Yeah, Vivian Powers. So this is my round robin that I am doing with 5 other stitchy friends. And oh, I'm sorry, that's what it will look like once it is done. And everyone is having this stitched a little bit differently. So for me, on my piece, I just told people to pick their favorite color and just roll with it, and stitch their part in their favorite color. I am currently working on my friend Christina's piece. She is known as Stitchy Symphony on Instagram. She had a YouTube channel, but she doesn't anymore. So let's talk her into doing that. I'm hoping this will show up on camera. This is, she wrote a card. So this is Ackworth Quaker, and her, Vivian Powers' store on Etsy is Vivsters. This is on Picture This Plus Ada in the color Shale, and it's 18 count. It's being stitched 1/1. My color that I am doing, I do not have. I think it is it's not 154. I forget. I'll have to insert it, which color is mine. So this is the piece. And you can see it's on 18 count, so it is large. So I am stitching, my color on Christina's piece is yellow. That's part 3. So I've done five out of the 7, I think, little motifs. This one up here was definitely the biggest. I'm sorry my lighting's not great today, guys, either, because I don't have my ring light set up. It was too much of a hassle. So this was definitely the biggest up here. Here's another motif and one more down here. And then I really like this little motif. Let's see if I can. I really liked this one. It felt very Celtic, naughty to me. There we go. So I stitched, like I said, I stitched all the yellow pieces on here, and this will, I'm hoping to get it done today, my part done today actually, because I'd like to be able to get this sent off. I send my pieces, when I'm done, I send them to Renee, the Appalachian Stitcher. She is who gets them after I do. So I'd like to get this done and sent off. This is actually over 50% of the pattern. It's like almost 52% of the pattern. Most of it, like 25% of it, was this part 1, which was like all this, everything that's in blue here. That was like 22, 23% of the pattern. That was a lot. So I did not expect to love stitching on this piece as much as I do. I was not like sure about the whole Quaker thing, but I have really been enjoying it. It's kind of nice because every little motif is like its own little finish. So I thought that is really fun to do. Very fun piece to stitch on. Okay, so next one, I did have another finish. I will put in. Next one is, sorry, I'm slowly opening this, is my full coverage piece. So I only have one full coverage going right now because I, finished Warrior Kitty, so Disintegration is the only one I have going right now. So this is my Heaven and Earth design piece. This is Disintegration with artwork by Stephanie Pugh-Munlaw. So I finished like this part up here, except for there's one page over here I haven't finished. What I decided to do is I did decide to come down here to this area just to get a little bit of diversity, so to speak. I was getting kind of tired of background. So I stitched on this actually for several days. I just kind of got into a groove with it. Let me get this board. Just kind of got into a groove with it, and this is where we are. So the page over here is the edge of the page, and I believe it's down here is the bottom of the page. So I actually got quite a bit done on this. I'll hold it back. I feel like they just look so much better when you hold them further back, because I mean, close up, like, What a mess. Look at all those tiny colors everywhere, that confetti. There's a lot of confetti. Like even, well, this one actually had a couple of big blocks, but like there was a lot of confetti in here. There's a lot of confetti in the eyeball, in the wing. But then you pull it back and it's like, oh, it's so pretty. So yeah, I really was enjoying working on this. I was really enjoying working on this. I just got kind of, like I said, into a groove with it. I was just going for it. I stitched mine, excuse me, mostly on a diagonal, but it's like a cross, like I pick my symbols based on where they are in the diagonal, but then I go wherever with them. Then I go cross country with it. So that's why it's like kind of a diagonal here. Like I'm technically working on this diagonal here, but because a lot of these colors were in this part of the diagonal, that's why all of this got filled in pretty quickly. So I don't know if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me, and I guess that's all that matters. Like I think you can watch like a lot of different people doing like different methods and stuff, and it's really just about finding what makes the most sense for you. So yeah, but that is disintegration, which I also call my dragonfly, because it's a dragonfly. I really love this piece. Yeah, so we're getting into some really fun colors and stuff in here in the wing and finishing up this face. It's just, I don't know. I've seen a few people stitching this, and I've seen a few finishes of this, and it comes out so nice on Facebook. So I am really excited. I am, let's see, I think I am 21.22%. And that is 33,608 stitches out of 158,400 stitches. It's a nice even number, huh? So yeah, I'm over a fifth of the way done after working on this for a long time. Probably like a year and a half, I think I've been working on this. I mean, this is what happens though when you have multiple projects going, is it just takes years, especially for these full coverage ones to get finished. Hopefully it gets finished. Because I'm going to live forever so that I can stitch all of my projects. All right, and the last whip that I have is red. And this is, oh, there it goes, sort of. This is Mirabilia, Nora Corbett. And this one I just kind of decided to pull out one day. And yeah, she looks a little weird right now because I didn't finish her face. I just got distracted. I guess it was just like, I'll leave her face like this. So here she is. So the last time you guys saw this at my whip parade, I had like one color in the hood done. So I finished the hood for the most part up here, and I started working on her face, which looks completely misshapen and like a mutant right now. Yeah, so, oh, and I should mention my dragonfly, it's just on 20 count Ada. This is on 32 count, and this is the one I've lost the thing for. So I do know it's 32 count Lugana, and it is by Grace Notes Fabric. Is this one Grace Notes? Yeah, I think it's like almond or something. Yeah, so it's 32 count Lugana. I just can't remember the color. But anyway, my point is that I finished the face. I got her hair in here, or finished the hood, sorry, got her hair in here, started on her face. And I try to backstitch a little bit as I go. Like I haven't backstitched her arm here because I haven't finished her arm, but I will. I try to backstitch her as I go. So there is some backstitching here. These are all going to be beads in her hood. And it wasn't much back, so it's just like the connecting branches between the beads. So yeah. She's coming out really pretty. I am not going to take her out of the Q-snap because I don't want to. But that is red. So speaking of that, I actually had one more finish that I don't believe I have showed you guys, and I completely forgot when I was prepping for this that I have finished her. So hang on for 1 second. Let me go grab her. Okay, so I finished Mirabilia's Cathedral Woods Goddess. I got her all beaded and prettified, and I don't, oh, here we go. Here's my board. And she came out so pretty. So here is Cathedral Woods Goddess. Ta-da! So I'll get her up close so you can see all the beading. She is dripping in beads and krennic. Like, it's like legit just dripping off of her. And there are so many beads in here. I did not realize, like, when I was doing the pattern, how many beads there were. Look at the sparkle. This area right here got a little tough being on the 32 count, and I probably should have like taken some beads out, but I didn't. So it just got really tight, but it wasn't the worst. So yeah. So that's her in her full glory. She's pretty. So yeah, so I finished her. Not sure what I'm going to do about framing, because I think I'm going to end up having to frame her and Lilith myself, because my framer is my Craft Center of Fine Stitchery, which is my LNS, which is going out of business. So I think I'm going to end up framing. And so she hasn't been taking any new framing orders or anything like that. So probably going to end up framing her myself. Okay, so that is what I have for you in my whips and my finishes. Pardon me. So I'm going to do haul really quickly. I don't have like a ton, but I do have something really special. I did get, I kept forgetting to mention this, that I ordered some fabrics from Oak Crown Studios, and that is Amy of Fiber Arts Amy. It's her business. And I got these fabrics, and I kind of went out on a limb because I have become more of a even weave stitcher. I really like Lugana, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to try some other linen, because I wasn't like a huge fan of some of the linen I've stitched on, but I'm going to try some other stuff. So I got some of the linen from her, and I love it. So I got 3 pieces. This is Fairy Moon, and this is 28 count linen. And let me see, that's better when I turn it that way. So this is Fairy Moon. This one, I think I'm going to do Queen of Peace on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one. Or no, Enchanted Mermaid. I think this is going to be Enchanted Mermaid. So this is Fairy Moon. It is 28 count linen. I decided to go with 28 count because I've been doing the mirrors on the 32 count hand dyes, and I wanted to try 28 count to see if that made the beading easier. I mean, it hasn't been that bad on the 32 count, but I thought might as well try. This is another 28 count linen. This is the color Spooky. Oh, the modeling it's a little bit more blended in person. But it's a little bit more blended in person. But you get the idea. It's kind of more like, let me see if I try. Yeah, it's definitely coming up much more harsh in the camera than it is in person as far as the modeling goes. But it's beautiful. I love it. And then I did get a Lugana And this is Mushroom Stew, which is a very popular color of hers. I got the Lugana. It's amazing how these look different on different fabrics. So this one, yeah, that's pretty true to the color. It's a little bit, yeah, that's pretty true right there. So this is 28 count Lugana. And this is the one I think I'm going to do Queen of Peace on. I'm not sure. We'll see. So I got that. I did also get, so back in July, maybe it was, I put an order in with June or July with European cross stitch, because I was going to do, or I am going to do at some point, a chatelaine, and I am going to do a small one. So this is a beaded butterfly tile. That's what it's going to look like. And I'll be honest with you, I put this order in for the beads and the thread pack from European cross stitch and totally forgot that I had done that, because I was like, I ordered it, I put it out of mind, because I had heard it can take forever to get stuff, especially because of the Glorianas. So yeah, but it came. Everything came. So I got everything. You get the thread pack, but it doesn't include the DMCs. It's just the specialty floss threads. So Karen Water Lilies. This is Kelp, which is beautiful. And then this is the Gloriana Jewel Turquoise. There we go. And so those are pretty. Dinky Dyes, Camo Green. I did not realize Dinky Dye. This is almost like a cord. If you can see that, it's almost like a cord, which is not what I was anticipating, but because it's silk pearl. So that'll be new. And then there's 3, yeah, because I think there's 3 different colors of Petite Treasure braid. And then of course all of the Delica beads came with it. So I don't know when that's going to get started. That is honestly, it is not on my list of starts for this year. I know everyone's like, you should start a chatelaine. And I'm like, I know, but I have a lot of other stuff I want to start. So I don't know. So we'll see. Let me put these back. Now, on to the very special haul. So like I mentioned, and you may have heard this on some other Flosstubers channels, but Craft Center Fine Stitchery, which is here in Cottonwood Heights, Utah, part of the Salt Lake City area, they announced earlier this year that they are going out of business. And it's very, very sad because they've been in business for 47 years. They are a second home to a lot of people, especially the people who work there. It's a store that means a whole lot to me. I've been going there since I discovered them like 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago when we moved here. And it's really sad. So my point is, so what they were doing is she was selling a bunch of her model stitches. Obviously she's not selling all of them, but she was selling a bunch of her model stitches. And we went there this past Saturday, me and Jamie from Cross Stitch and Chill and Christina, and she had some of her model stitches, and I saw one that I had always really liked, but I had never thought about owning. But when I saw it, I was like, I really like this, and it's really important to me to own a piece of it, or have a piece of this shop in my life. So I got, oh, sorry, this is a beast. This is Rosewood Manors. I think it's Dreaming of Tulips. And this is, let me back up so you can see the whole frame. Sorry, I'm wearing my shorts today. So that is that. But, oh my God, this thing is heavy. So I've seen a lot of people stitching this. And it is so pretty, and I've always loved it. I think there's other flowers too that they have. Like daffodils or something. But yeah, so that is what I got from Craft Center Fine Stitchery, and that will live in my house. My husband actually likes it, which he came home and saw it and was like, what is that? And I said, don't worry about it. I bought something, it's fine. So I think we have a couple of places in mind to put it in the house, but yeah, so that was my haul. That is my video. Oh, sorry, no, that's not my video. We have one more thing. So I need to pick my new start for February. So the way I'm doing this is I have a list of projects and I have popsicle sticks that have numbers written on them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick one and we're gonna see what I'm gonna start in February. So I picked number 12. Oh, okay. So this is Zion by Unique Stitch Crafts. This will be a good one to start. Let me pull it up. It is on Pattern Keeper. So Unique Stitch Crafts has a bunch of patterns with national parks. This is Zion. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you may remember I did arches, finished that a while ago. So this is a really actually pretty straightforward stitch, lots of block colors. I have the fabric. I don't know that I have the floss for it yet, so I do know I have the fabric though. So I'll be able to get started on that. So that will be my new start for February. I don't know how far I'll get into it. But yeah, all right. So that is my video. Turn this off here somehow. And yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoy it. It was nice seeing you. I really enjoy doing these. And I will be back probably about a month or so. I think that's kind of working for me, the month-long intervals. And I hope you guys have a great February and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye.